Welcome to Magic of Manifest, an inspiring work by Gabriella, now brought to life by the empathetic voice of Julian Hale. In this audiobook, Gabriella invites you to discover the transformative power of manifesting, a journey that can fundamentally change your perspective on the world, your dreams, and your life. It opens the doors to techniques and insights that can positively influence not only yourself, but also those around you. Embark on a journey of discovery into the laws of the universe that surround us and are always at our side. Gabriella shares her personal experiences and proven methods to create a reality that truly aligns with your deepest desires and intentions. Let Julian's powerful and soothing voice carry you as he brings Gabriella's words to life and inspires you to unleash the potential that lies dormant deep within you. In the first part of the audiobook, it is important to understand that all existing dimensions are present here on Earth. This means you don't have to look for them in the distance. Instead, you can enter it mentally with one step. This realization is the fundamental part that you must first internalize and take note of. Get ready to discover the magic of manifesting and take the first steps into a more fulfilling, intentional life. It's time to turn your wishes into reality. Let's get started. The existence of dimensions on Earth Part 1. In modern science, dimensions are often used, especially in the context of physics and mathematics. Dimensions are basically independent directions in a space that are used to describe objects and phenomena. In this report, we will explore what dimensions exist and how they affect our perception of the Earth and reality. The classic dimensions. The first dimension, 1D. The simplest shape, which has only one line with no width or height. You could think of this as a straight line between 2 points. The second dimension, 2D. This dimension includes width and height, as seen in geometric shapes such as squares or circles. On Earth, we see 2D in drawings, maps, or digital screens. The third dimension, 3D. The dimension we are most familiar with, which includes length, width, and height. Most physical objects in our environment exist in 3D, and our entire physical experience is based on this dimension. Higher dimensions. The fourth dimension, 4D. Often considered time, it represents an additional dimension that is closely linked to the third dimension. Einstein's theory of relativity describes the connection between space and time as a space-time continuum. Fifth and sixth dimension, 5D and 6D. While these dimensions are harder to visualize, they are explored in theoretical physics and string theory in particular. They could include possible universes or parallel worlds that exist alongside our known reality. Higher dimensions, 7D and more. In many physical models, such as M-theory, up to 11 dimensions are assumed. These dimensions are often difficult to grasp and are often only described mathematically. Dimensions in philosophy and spirituality. Many philosophical and spiritual traditions speak of additional dimensions that go beyond the physically visible. These dimensions often refer to consciousness, sensations, and different states of consciousness that may exist in a larger, metaphysical framework. The different dimensions discussed in physics, mathematics, and philosophy offer different perspectives on reality. While we initially live in 3 dimensions on Earth and integrate the fourth dimension of time, there are theories and reflections on many more dimensions that expand the understanding of space, time, and existence. Exploring these dimensions raises questions not only about the nature of the universe, but also about our place within this complex structure. Scientists and philosophers continue to work to decipher the full spectrum of dimensions and what they might mean for our understanding of reality. Chapter 1. Introduction. Purpose and relevance of the topic. The study of dimensions is a fascinating field that has occupied both scientists and philosophers for centuries. Dimensions are the fundamental building blocks that structure and describe our physical reality. They determine how we perceive the world around us and how we act in it. At a time when technology and knowledge are growing exponentially, understanding dimensions is becoming more and more relevant. They form the basis for numerous scientific disciplines and open up new perspectives on time, space, and existence. This chapter serves as an introduction to the concept of dimensions, emphasizing their importance in various fields, including physics, mathematics, philosophy, and spirituality. The aim is to sensitize the audience to the complexity and implications of the dimensions and to outline the questions that arise from their investigation. Definition of dimensions. The term dimension generally refers to an independent direction or axis in a space. In geometry, Dimensions are the measurements that describe the shape and size of objects. The most well-known dimensions are one-dimensional 1D spaces. These consist only of a line that has one direction, without width or height. Two-dimensional 2D spaces. These include width and height, for example in geometric shapes such as squares and circles. Three-dimensional 3D spaces. This is the shape we experience in everyday life, including all physical objects that have length, width, and height. In addition, there are theories that speak of higher dimensions that go beyond the three-dimensional. These dimensions are often difficult to grasp and raise many questions, such as the existence of parallel worlds or the interplay of space and time. This report examines the different dimensions in detail, describing their characteristics and analyzing their importance for our understanding of the world. By shedding light on the basic concepts of dimensions, we aim to create a framework that allows us to address deeper philosophical and scientific questions. Chapter 2: Dimensions in Science. Overview of dimensions in physics and mathematics. Dimensions are not just abstract concepts, they are essential components of science, especially in the fields of physics and mathematics. In mathematics, we use dimensions to describe geometric and algebraic objects. The space in which these objects exist is defined by the number of independent axes or directions that we can use. In physics, dimensions play a crucial role in understanding the laws of nature. Classical mechanics, formulated by Isaac Newton, works with three-dimensional spatial coordinates and time. However, in Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, space is considered part of a four-dimensional continuum in which space and time are interwoven. This fusion changes our understanding of gravity, motion, and light, showing that dimensions are not static, but are dynamically influenced by the laws of physics. Historical development of dimensional theory. The exploration of dimensions has a long history, dating back to ancient civilizations. In ancient geometry, Euclid developed the foundations of geometry, which were strongly influenced by a two-dimensional view. His works laid the foundation for the understanding of forms and their relationships to each other. In the 19th century, mathematics expanded the concept of dimensions when the mathematician Bernhard Riemann introduced the idea of higher dimensional spaces. Riemann's work led to the development of differential geometry and modern topology, which are crucial for understanding higher dimensions. With the advent of the theories of relativity in the 20th century, physics experienced a period of prosperity. Albert Einstein formulated the concept of the spacetime continuum in his general theory of relativity, which describes bodies and events not only in three-dimensional space, but also in the dimension of time. This led to a paradigm shift in the understanding of the universe and opened up new fields of research that dealt with the nature of dimensions and their consequences for the universe. With the further development of theories such as quantum mechanics and string theory, the understanding of dimensions has deepened further. In string theory, for example, it is postulated that our universe consists of more than the four known dimensions and that additional dimensions may exist that are not directly perceptible in everyday experience. Dimensions are a central topic in science that has developed over the centuries. From the classical approaches of geometry to the revolutionary ideas of modern physics, the history of dimensional theory shows that our understanding of space and time is constantly in flux. The exploration of higher dimensions and their implications remains an exciting and challenging field that raises numerous questions about the structure and nature of our universe. Chapter 3: The First Dimension 1D. Definition and Examples. The first dimension, often referred to as 1D, is the simplest concept of dimensions that is limited to a single line. In a one-dimensional world, there is only one direction, which can run in two opposite senses, forward or backward. An example of a 1D entity is a straight line drawn between 2 points. In mathematics, the first dimension is often illustrated by the number line. Here, each point on the line corresponds to a certain number. However, there is no width or height. Each point is fully identified by its position on that line. An everyday example of using the first dimension could also be a simple tape measure that only runs along a straight line. Each measure on it represents a position or measure within that line, without considering any other dimensions. Applications of 1D in reality. Although the first dimension may seem theoretically simple and less complex, it has important applications in various areas. Mathematics. In algebra and geometry, 1D is often the starting point for more complex structures. Examples are linear equations in which the solutions can be represented along a line. Computer programming. In computer science, 1D is used in data structuring. For example, arrays or lists can be thought of as one-dimensional structures in which data is stored sequentially. Physics. In classical mechanics, one-dimensional motions are studied to explain basic concepts such as velocity and acceleration. An object moving in a straight line is often used as a model to illustrate the principles of kinematics. Graphical representations. In graphical applications, the 1D can be used to represent data or values in a very simple form, such as when representing trends in diagrams where only one axis is relevant. The first dimension, which is limited to a straight line with no width or height, may seem simple, but it plays a crucial role in mathematics, computer science, and physics. It forms the basis for more complex geometric concepts and is important in many practical applications. Understanding the first dimension is an important step in exploring higher dimensions and their impact on our perception of reality. Chapter 4. The second dimension 2D. Characteristics of the 2D. The second dimension, often referred to as 2D, adds an additional axis to the concept of the first dimension. While the 1D is only a line, the 2D includes both width and height. This dimension allows us to construct and represent shapes such as squares, rectangles, circles, and triangles. In the 2D world, objects exist on a flat plane, and each position can be described by two coordinates, x, y. In geometry, the fundamental properties of 2D dimensions are crucial because they are the basis for many mathematical concepts, including area, perimeter, and angle. The 2D coordinates make it possible to represent the location of a point in a system, which is essential for many applications in mathematics and science. Geometric representations and applications. The second dimension has a variety of practical applications and shows its relevance in various areas. Geometric shapes. 2D shapes are fundamental to understanding geometric concepts. The analysis of surface areas or the circumference of geometric figures is based on the second dimension. For example, the area of a rectangle can be calculated by the formula A equals L times B. A equals L times B, length times width. Maps and diagrams. In cartography, geographic information is displayed in a two-dimensional representation. Maps use the 2D dimension to visualize distances, paths, and geographic features. Digital media. Most digital screens, including computer screens and smartphones, display content in 2D, with width and height determining the appearance of the visual objects. Graphics, images, and videos are mainly generated and displayed in this format. Games and animations. Many computer games and animations are based on 2D designs. In classic 2D games, characters and environments are displayed in a flat view, allowing for a different way of interacting and playing. Art and design. Artists use the properties of the second dimension to create images, graphics, and illustrations. These 2D representations play a central role in the visual arts and graphic design. The second dimension offers an expanded perspective on the world around us by combining width and height. From geometric shapes to maps and digital media, the 2D dimension is a fundamental concept that is applied in numerous fields. Understanding this dimension is crucial to analyzing and representing the relationships between objects and their spatial arrangements, and represents another step towards a comprehensive understanding of dimensions. Chapter 5. The third dimension 3D. Features of 3D. The third dimension, known as 3D, is the dimension that shapes our daily lives and determines our physical experience of the world around us. In the 3D dimension, length, width, and height are present, forming volumetric objects and complex structures. This dimension allows for the representation of real objects that are three-dimensional, such as cubes, spheres, cylinders, and other shapes. A key feature of the third dimension is the ability to view objects from different angles. The spatial aspect of the 3D dimension allows us to perceive depth and better judge distances. With 3D coordinate systems that use the axes x, y, and z, we can precisely describe a position in space. Physical objects in the 3D world. The physical world we live in is usually three-dimensional. Here are some aspects that illustrate the relevance of the 3D dimension. Architecture. In construction, buildings and structures are designed in 3D space. Architects and engineers use computer-aided design software CAD to create precise 3D models that represent both the external form and internal structures of a building. Nature. All natural objects, from animals to plants to landscapes, exist in the third dimension. Our perception of the world is based on the ability to recognize, measure, and analyze these volumetric objects. Virtual reality VR technologies use the 3D dimension to create immersive experiences. Users can navigate in a simulated environment that provides a realistic sense of space and depth. This technology is used in games, training, and therapies. 3D printing. 3D printing has revolutionized the production of objects, as it makes it possible to convert digital 3D models into physical objects. This has applications in industry, medicine, art, and education, offering new opportunities for creatives and engineers to combine design and production. Film and animation. The film industry has evolved through the use of 3D technologies to create lifelike animations and enhance visual effects. Movies in 3D offer viewers an immersive experience and expand the possibilities of storytelling. The third dimension is crucial to our understanding of the physical world. It enables the representation and interaction with three-dimensional objects and influences numerous fields such as architecture, science, virtual reality, and creative arts. Understanding 3D is not only fundamental to science and technology, but also to the way we experience and interpret the world around us. The exploration of the third dimension lays the foundation for the further understanding of higher dimensions and their role in reality. Chapter 6: The Fourth Dimension 4D. Time as the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is often considered the dimension of time. This consideration is based on the insight that time plays a fundamental role in the interplay between space and our experiences. In classical physics, especially Newton's theory, space was considered a static, three-dimensional construct, while time ran as a separate, linear line. A significant turning point in our understanding of the four dimensions occurred with the development of Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. In his special theory of relativity, Einstein stated that space and time are not separated from each other. Rather, they form a four-dimensional spacetime continuum. In this model, time is not constant, but can vary depending on speed and gravity. This means that time is in motion and can appear delayed or accelerated depending on how an object moves in space. The idea of time as the fourth dimension has profound implications for our understanding of causality, motion, and the structure of the universe. Space-time continuum and its implications. The concept of the space-time continuum is one of the most revolutionary in modern physics. Here are some key aspects and implications of this concept. Gravity. In the general theory of relativity, gravity is not described as a force, but as the curvature of the space-time continuum. Massive objects such as planets and stars change the structure of space-time, causing other objects in their vicinity to be affected as if they were attracted by an invisible force. Time dilation. One of the most fascinating consequences of the space-time continuum is the phenomenon of time dilation. This states that time passes more slowly when you are moving at a high speed or in a strong gravitational field. Experiments with atomic clocks have shown that clocks that move actually tick slower compared to clocks at rest, confirming the relativistic effects. Future and past. The idea of space and time as part of a continuum also challenges our understanding of the past, present, and future. In the theory of relativity, every time point and every point in space is considered part of a universal block universe in which past, present, and future are intertwined. This raises profound philosophical questions about free will and the nature of time. Cosmology. Understanding the space-time continuum is crucial to cosmology, which studies the universe and its origins. The models of the Big Bang and the expansion of the universe are based on the idea of space and time as interrelated constructs. The fourth dimension, which includes time, revolutionizes our understanding of physics and cosmology. The space-time continuum shows that time is not isolated, but is interwoven with the three dimensions of space. The development of this concept has not only advanced scientific theories, but also raised philosophical questions about the nature of reality and our perception of time. Understanding the fourth dimension is critical to investigating higher dimensions that may further expand our shared experience of space and time. Chapter 7: Higher Dimensions 5D and 6D. Theoretical Concepts and Challenges. Now that we've looked at the three known dimensions, length, width, and height, and the fourth dimension, time, let's move on to the higher dimensions that are commonly found in theoretical physics models and mathematical theories. Higher dimensions, such as the fifth, 5D, and sixth, 6D dimensions, are complex concepts that go beyond our everyday perception of space and time. In physics, the presence of higher dimensions has been postulated in theories such as string theory and M-theory. These theories suggest that there are additional dimensions that are not directly visible in our three-dimensional understanding, but can be crucial to understanding the fundamental forces and particles in the universe. Fifth dimension 5D. In many theories, it is assumed that the fifth dimension is an additional direction that runs independently of the known four dimensions. This could, for example, represent the possibility of parallel worlds or alternative levels of reality. In physics, the 5D is sometimes considered a dimension in which different physical states or forces unite. Sixth dimension 6D. The sixth dimension further expands the concept and could hypothetically include additional alternatives or timelines. In some theories, the 6D is the dimension in which we can look at all the possible paths of a system or particle, including the different possible choices and their consequences. The challenges in imagining and mathematically dealing with higher dimensions often lie in the geometric imagination. These dimensions are imperceptible in our physical world, so they are often treated as mathematical constructs that are difficult to visualize. Parallel worlds and possible universes. The concepts of higher dimensions often lead to discussions about parallel worlds or multiverses, which are dealt with in modern physics and philosophy. Some of the most exciting ideas that arise from the higher dimension hypothesis include the multiverse. Cosmological theory often postulates that our universe may be just one of many that exist in higher dimensions. Each dimension could have an alternate reality or a different physical law, which has significant implications for our understanding of nature and laws. Influence of higher dimensions on the laws of physics. The patterns and tendencies in the laws of physics that we observe could depend on the properties of higher dimensional spaces. Theoretical physicists study how these dimensions can influence gravity, electromagnetism, and other fundamental forces. Smallest dimensions in string theory. In string theory, there are additional dimensions that are wound on micrometric scales and therefore cannot be perceived directly. This theory proposes that the smallest building blocks of matter are not punctual, but are based on delicate, oscillating strings that exist in higher dimensions. Looking at higher dimensions opens up new perspectives on the structure of the universe and the fundamental laws of nature. Although they are mathematically sound and present numerous challenges in visualization and understanding, they offer fascinating approaches to the study of parallel worlds and multiverses. The discovery and understanding of these dimensions could form the foundation for the next great advances in theoretical physics and cosmology. Chapter 8. The philosophical implications of dimensions. Dimensions and the perception of reality. The various dimensions we have examined raise important philosophical questions that shape our understanding of reality, existence, and man's place in the universe. Dealing with dimensions is not just a mathematical or physical problem, it also touches on the philosophical foundations of our worldview. A central aspect is the perception of reality. While we live in a three-dimensional world, our idea of time and higher dimensions is often theoretical and abstract. Philosophical currents such as idealism and realism offer different approaches to understanding the relationship between our perception and objective reality. Questions such as, does time really exist, or are there dimensions that we cannot perceive, are at the center of these discussions. The influence on the understanding of time. The treatment of time as the fourth dimension has far-reaching consequences for our understanding of the past, present, and future. Philosophical approaches such as presenteeism and eternalism look at the nature of time differently. Presenteeism, this view postulates that only the present is real, past and future are non-existent. In this perspective, the fourth dimension influences our existence and our actions, as the present moment is the only one that has meaning. Eternalism, in contrast, eternalism argues that all points in time, past, present, and future, are equally real. This view supports the idea of a space-time continuum and raises questions about determinism and free will. The discussion about the nature of time provokes deeper reflections on human existence and the meaning of events. When time is considered as a dimension associated with space, we have to deal with questions about how our life choices affect the overall picture of time existence. Higher dimensions and metaphysical questions. The concepts of higher dimensions also bring metaphysical considerations into play. The possibility of parallel worlds or multiverses opens up questions about the complexity of reality and the conditions under which different universes could exist. Philosophical discussions could revolve around the following topics. The nature of identity. If there are parallel worlds in which alternative versions of ourselves exist, What does this mean for our understanding of identity? Does the I exist in all of these dimensions, or is it tied to our specific reality? Causality and freedom. In a multiverse, each decision path could lead to different universes. This raises questions about whether we are actually making free choices or whether our choices are already the result of a predetermined path. The will of creation. The idea that higher dimensions could exist leaves room for speculative theories about the foundations of creation and existence. Such theories could offer philosophical approaches to the question of a higher purpose or order within these dimensions. The study of dimensions not only has significant physical and mathematical implications, but also raises fundamental philosophical questions about the nature of reality, time, and existence. The view of time as a fourth dimension and the hypothesis of higher dimensions broaden our horizons and encourage us to think further beyond the limits of our knowledge and perception of the world. This interplay of science and philosophy shows that the pursuit of knowledge about dimensions not only changes our view of the universe, but also challenges our own beliefs and views about life itself. Chapter 9. The Importance of Dimensions in Science and Technology. Interdisciplinary Applications of Dimensions. The concepts of dimensions have wide-ranging applications in various scientific and technical fields. Whether in physics, mathematics, computer science, or engineering, the understanding and application of dimensions are of fundamental importance for research and development. Here are some key areas where dimensions play a crucial role. Physics. The fundamental laws of nature, from classical mechanics to quantum mechanics, are based on the understanding of dimensions. In particle physics, more than 4 dimensions are often used to describe the interactions of elementary particles. Mathematics. In mathematics, dimensions allow the study of topological spaces, geometric shapes, and algebraic structures. Higher dimensions are important for analytic geometry and differential geometry. Computer science. In computer science, dimensions are crucial for data structures and algorithms. Databases use multidimensional models to efficiently store and retrieve information. In graphics processing, 3D rendering techniques are based on complex mathematical models that take dimensions into account. Engineering. Engineers use three-dimensional models to design and construct buildings, vehicles, and machinery. Computer-aided design, CAD, software allows engineers to create precise 3D models that are critical in both the design and manufacturing phases. Dimensions in technology. Technology has benefited tremendously from the discovery and application of dimensions, and there are many innovative applications that can be derived from these concepts. VR and AR, virtual reality and augmented reality. These technologies use 3D models and beyond dimensions to create immersive experiences. Users can immerse themselves in simulated three-dimensional worlds or overlay digital information on their physical environment. 3D printing. With the advancement of 3D printing, which is based on the understanding of 3D dimensions, prototyping and manufacturing has revolutionized. This technology enables the rapid production of complex parts and products, demonstrating the practical applications of higher dimensional concepts in today's world. Data visualization. In data science, multidimensional data analytics are crucial. Visualizing data in higher dimensional spaces allows analysts to identify trends and patterns that might not be visible in two-dimensional or one-dimensional representations. Artificial intelligence. Machine learning algorithms are often based on multidimensional models to analyze complex datasets. The ability to operate at higher dimensions is critical to the performance and accuracy of AI applications. Future perspectives. The ongoing exploration of dimensions in science and technology leads to exciting opportunities. Interdimensional physics. The search for the consequences of higher dimensional theories could produce new technologies and materials that exceed our current possibilities. The possibility of better understanding fundamental forces or discovering new particles could revolutionize physics. Developments in space travel. Higher dimensions could also open up new perspectives in space technology. Concepts such as wormholes and faster-than-light speeds, which are theoretically possible in higher dimensions, could expand our understanding of interstellar race. Philosophical implications of technology. As technical applications of higher dimensional concepts advance, questions arise about ethics and the impact of these technologies on human life and society. A deeper examination of the philosophical implications will become essential as we continue to expand the capabilities of our technologies. The importance of dimensions extends across numerous scientific disciplines and technological applications. Understanding dimensions is not only fundamental to science itself, but also has significant implications for the development of modern technologies, innovations, and future perspectives. As we continue to explore the concepts of dimensions and expand their application, our knowledge of the world and the universe will be precise and comprehensive. Guided by this realization, we can set the course for a technology and understanding that confronts us with new challenges and opportunities. Chapter 10: Conclusion and Outlook. Summary of key concepts. In the course of these chapters, we have taken a comprehensive journey through the different dimensions, starting with the first dimension 1D to the fourth dimension 4D and beyond into the discussion of higher dimensions, 5D, 6D. Here are the key concepts. One-dimensional 1D, fundamental to the concept of length, with applications in mathematics and computer science. Two-dimensional 2D, width and height allow you to display flat shapes, important for geometry, maps, and digital media. 3 dimensions 3D, includes volumes, fundamental to the physical universe, relevant in architecture, science, and digital media. Fourth dimension 4D, time is a dimension that has revolutionized our understanding of space and existence, especially in the theory of relativity. Higher dimensions 5D and 6D, conceptual dimensions postulated in theoretical models such as string theory that challenge philosophy, physics, and the notion of multiverses. Dealing with these dimensions has not only expanded our knowledge of the physical properties of the universe, but has also raised fundamental philosophical questions about the nature of reality, identity, and free will. The importance of interdisciplinary collaboration. One key to understanding complex dimensions lies in interdisciplinary cooperation. Physics, mathematics, computer science, philosophy, and engineering must work together to explore the challenges and opportunities that higher dimensions offer. Only by combining knowledge and methods from different disciplines can we unlock the potential of higher dimensional concepts. Future developments and research directions. The consideration of higher dimensions opens up a wide field for future developments and research directions. Interdimensional physics, exploring the concepts in string theory and their practical implications could give rise to new physical theories and technologies that revolutionize our understanding of matter and energy. Artificial intelligence and data science. As AI advances, models could be developed that are able to process multidimensional data much more effectively, which could lead to new discoveries and applications. Philosophical reflections. As technologies evolve, it is crucial that we also consider the ethical and philosophical dimensions of these technologies in order to understand and manage their impact on individuals and society. Space travel and astrophysics. Exploring higher dimensional concepts could offer new approaches to space travel and understanding the universe, including testing hypothetical travel through wormholes or between parallel worlds. The world of dimensions is complex and rich in implications for science, technology, and philosophy. As we better understand depth and diverse perspectives, it would be imperative to remain curious and explore the limits of our knowledge. Understanding dimensions will not only help us decipher the physical laws of the universe, but also challenge our basic assumptions about reality and existence. The more we learn, the better positioned we are to meet the challenges of the future and discover new opportunities. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Magic of Manifest. Your interest means a lot to us. We hope you enjoyed the content and that you were able to take away valuable insights for your own life. If you liked the audiobook, we would be very happy about your subscription. Subscribing allows you not to miss any future episodes and become part of our growing community. We also invite you to share your thoughts and impressions in the comments. Feedback is important to us, and it inspires us to create even better content. If you know someone who could also benefit from these topics, please share the audiobook with your friends and family. Together we can spread the magic of manifesting. Thanks again for listening, and see you in the next episode.